So I ended up making the console community pretty mad again. So basically what happened was Franklin tweeted, "Wonder why Blast R6 or Ubisoft hasn't tried to tap into roller tourneys. The viewership, engagement, and community is all already there on a silver platter. I'm not saying console Pro League, I'm just saying the marketing move is there to be made and it should be made." Now, if you know me, I've made a video on this in the past. I basically said why there will never be a console Pro League. Now, obviously, I know Franklin isn't talking about console Pro League, but in my head, at least, the same concept applies into why Ubisoft is not promoting a console tournament or whatever. And a lot of people are saying it's like a tier 1, tier 2, like it's an underage thing because most players are underage. So I responded and I said, made a video on this a while ago, but I want people to watch console first. Informality, personalities, and entertainment value. Imagine a professional console tournament with 5-minute delays with no crash outs. It would be boring. It's like WWE versus Olympic Wrestling. Also the 18 plus thing and the Microsoft Sony thing, because you know, consoles, Xbox belongs to Microsoft, PlayStation belongs to Sony. It's a whole ordeal. There was an Xbox Pro League back in the day because Microsoft sanctioned it and was able to sponsor it or supported it, sponsored it. Obviously, I skipped past a lot, which made a lot of people think that I just didn't read Franklin's tweet about not saying there shouldn't be a console Pro League. So Franklin replies, "Why does everyone think it has to be Pro League? Why can't it just be created as a tournament, console tournament during Face It? Just simply be Rival Roller Saturday. Some type of a support is all I've ever wanted from Ubisoft." And then this is why I feel like people skipped it. I realized I fucked up by not saying it in the tweet. So I said, "Oh, and on the marketing thing, why don't they promote it? I don't think Ubisoft is going to willingly promote Skype and Center going at each other's families and Iowa stream sniping." Because, you know, I just said, like, surface level, every time I've logged into a console tournament, that's basically what I've said. And people weren't really, and that's what we watch for, and I know that, and I love it. I love watching console tournaments for it, but this is the part that makes me mad. The part that makes me mad is the way the community is reacting. Not mad, but more so like impatient, but it also gives me a lot of insight, and I really wanted to talk about this insight. It's like I kind of, this whole tweet chain kind of made me realize there's a difference in perspective between console and PC due to what we're used to. Right? So Franklin responds, "That's nitpicking and you know it, but I'll bite. Ubisoft willingly supports PC players with not so great past. Players get in trouble and then minimizes it from happening again." Two things, Franklin. One, I want Ubisoft to promote console as much as you do. I think it would be great for the game. You and all these console morons should stop acting like we don't want the same goal. Two, it's not about having a pass, it's about what's currently happening. You saw what Baduga got banned for. Huge creators with riskier contents don't get charged for representation ever just because they're a brand risk. You know goddamn well, besides a select few console players, most are brand risks currently on stream. Now, what do I mean by this? Because I feel like this is the biggest thing that I need to make clear. Guys, I want this shit. I want a console representation by Ubisoft. I think it would be amazing for the game. If I was Ubisoft, I would dump millions of dollars into the console competitive scene in an instant. Because I think it would be so incredibly good for the game. Right? I want the same goal as you guys. The biggest thing that pisses me off is that anytime I point out a problem with a roller tournament, you guys are like, "But PC players this, PC players that. Oh my god, I can't believe your PC players did the exact same thing. Can you believe that? You guys did all this crazy stuff. Oh my god, I can't believe it. I hate you guys. You guys got psycho bad because you're so bad." I'm not saying any of you guys are wrong. I fully agree with everything you guys are fucking saying. But it's like, I'm not bashing you guys in the sense of like, "Oh, you look at your stupid platform." I'm saying from a perspective of someone who wants it to happen and someone who has seen Ubisoft at work. I know how Ubisoft is. Ubisoft Montreal is a multi-billion-dollar company. The smallest PR mistakes can cost them millions and millions of dollars in investments. It's like getting canceled at an org level, right? I've seen how they work. I've seen who they support and who they don't support. I am telling you, console community, what you... Personally, from my perspective, I want the same thing you do, but I don't have the power to work for it. You have the power to work for it. Here's what you need to fix. In my eyes, in order to get the support that you want. Console creators don't have charm because there's never been representation for our community until Jinxie. Nitpicking at toxicity again, not as many bad apples as you think. This is not Pro League. Shit talking in weekly rivalries is what is unique. And then I basically give what I just told you guys. I'm not nitpicking. I'm giving you my experience as both a competitor and a creator as to what I've seen Ubisoft support and what they've held grudges against and thus didn't support over the years. This is me saying, here's what I've seen and you as a community need to overcome to gain Ubisoft support. I see your point, and it makes a lot of sense, and trust me, if I were Ubisoft, I'd do the same thing. Calling me a nitpicker makes no sense. I'm giving you my perspective, so someone's been in all three spheres, console, Pro League, and content creator. By Ubisoft standard, I have seen personally every single console game tourney that I've seen so far has been a brand risk. Now, I want to address this because this kind of opened my eyes. This made me realize, and the general community's backlash has made me realize, to my opinion, I've realized that, okay, what is normal to you guys is crazy at a Pro League PR level. Guys, us Pro League players have been PR trained and punished for saying shit like this so fucking hard. And we are so scared of it that there's a reason why every time a pro touches a console tournament for the first time, they are surprised at how toxic and horrible mental it is. There's a reason for that. Every single time, if you notice Uzi, if you notice Dream, if you notice Hot and Cold, if you notice Gunner, if you notice Spoit, the first time you play in console tournaments, they are always caught off guard by how many crash outs, mental chalks, and blame game there is. Every single time. It's without a doubt. Without a doubt, the most common thing that happens to a first time. It's like they're like you literally censor that dapper. You're literally taking a PC player's anti-crash out away. That opened my eyes. Guys, you have to understand that by our standards, while working with Ubisoft, that is what we're used to. Right. And yes, people have pasts. PC players have horrible pasts. They've done horrible shit. They got comp banned for years off their pass. Right? PC players, literally, I've seen my friends back when I was in high school. I didn't make the same mistakes they did. They said racist stuff, and they got banned for 1 to 2 years, and they came back after 1 to 2 years. They got banned for 2 years. Imagine just crashing out on someone and saying something about their family and getting banned for 2 years. Budega got banned for 2 years just because he was pressing admins. I think that's very normal in traditional sports. That's what I'm saying. Yes, there's exceptions. So PC gamers are civilized and console players are animals? No. PC player, I'm not saying PC players are just as bad in different ways. Trust me. And here's another thing I need to crash out about. PC players are just as bad in different ways. Abso-fucking-fruitly, dude. Abso-fucking-fruitly, dude. And another thing that I hate is that people started like saying like, oh, Fett's crashing out, calling Franklin a moron. Franklin DM'd me after this, and we both had no animosity towards each other, and we just talked it out, and we talked about a lot of great points about, like, the type of company Ubisoft is, you know, like, the reason why I'm saying what I need to do, and my goal is to working towards making the console community better. But here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing for the community, because I'm directing this at the community right now, right? Is, like, you guys keep like talking about, oh, but like it's not that toxic. It's not that toxic. I want you to run this through your heads. Okay, I want you to run this through your heads. Right? Like, oh my god, it's like the PC kid it's just the rivalries are so good. Why would Ubisoft ever sponsor a tournament where the winner of the tournament got their winnings revoked over some crazy allegations? I will say that, but as punishment, they said, here, I'll take away your prize money, and then you turn on your camera, you have to slap yourself on camera to get your prize money back. Who stream snipes damn near every single game we play, right? So, like, this literally just happened. This guy got caught by Jinxie.
We're just the kings, man.
Yo, Ray, could you do Bandit?
Yeah.
You hear this guy stream in the background, and then this is a Jinxie 10,000 roller tournament. They literally just got exposed. Y'all all saw this together. Jinxie literally watched this clip and DQ'd this team. Jinxie had Jinxie for DQing this team, but he said mute the stream. When Fluke, one of Siege's most beloved casters, one of the best casters of all time, who casted my Manchester winning game. Every time that she popped up on the Twitch stream in Six Invitational, Jinxie's chat was spamming ew. W to this guy for putting it down, and W to Jinxie for not reacting to or talking to it, or like shutting it down even. But like, you guys have to understand, Ubisoft Montreal, and here's from a non-biased perspective, right? I also agree, it's like disgusting that people like Coffee are fucking saying this shit about like other human beings, because I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Like if you're good at casting, you're good at casting. Like, disrespectful, but still, from a non-biased perspective, center of the dividend perspective, right? Ubisoft Montreal is a liberal company. They pulled out of the United Arab Emirates major because there was so much public backlash due to the talent that is LGBTQ working on the game. And in order to protect their talent, they pulled out of that major. Now, I know there's shoddy things going on with Gamersgate and Esports World Cups, and a lot of the esports talent in R6 is not happy with Esports World Cup having that much money and leveraging power over the sport. I agree with that. I'm not holding myself to some crazy moral standard. I'm saying logic. I'm not saying these things are wrong or good or bad. Guys, chat, listen. I'm not criticizing these things. I'm saying, why in the fuck would a multi-billion-dollar, clearly liberal company sponsor this shit? Think! Use your fucking brain! That is what I'm saying! So instead of getting mad at me and be like, oh, Fett, but like, PC so ass, and oh, but console's so good. I know it is. I want the same thing you do. Okay, that was a lot, and I decided to record this in post because I have a very important example to impart like the spirit of what I'm trying to say. You guys remember Diffuser, the rookie that won the Manchester Major with me and got Rookie of the Year in R6? He made a tweet saying he would change his life for the better in 2024, and he would change, and then I quote retweeted it with a screenshot of our DMs 2 years ago, back when he was playing Tier 2. He got caught in a bad incident, and he got banned for a year from Tier 2. And I literally DM'd him. I said, what? Congrats on the win, but what is wrong with you? I don't care about logistics. And he tried to like make some excuse for himself. Whatever. I said, I don't care about logistics. Every week I see you in some new drama, and I've interacted with you, and I like you as a person. If you really want to go pro, push yourself and the people around you to be better. Stop fucking around. And he goes, all right. And then after that, he goes on to win CL in 2024 and win a major with me in 2025. This is the spirit I'm trying to impart on you guys, right? I'm not criticizing you guys from a point of, oh, look at you guys. You guys can be better. There's so much potential. My whole job as a coach is pushing people to reach their potential, to reach beyond their greatest potential. You can be greater. There's so much potential. That is why I will never, glaze stomping, because he can be greater. He can be better. He can be the best in the world if he really works hard. I will always push him towards that. And the clip ended up going, this is before I even posted the video. The clip ended up going viral right after I talked about it on stream. I just want to clarify, once again, I'm not talking about just trash talking or just flaming someone. I love that. That's entertainment. That's great. I'm talking about this stuff, which probably needs to get censored, Dapper censor, whatever you need to censor on the screen. This is the spirit of the console community that's just childish and prevents growth. It's like, love your content, but backing and supporting a node, Dapper censored that word, PDF, demolishes your point. When did I do that? When did I support? When did I defend him? This is what I mean. It's this exact childish spirit that demolishes your entire community. Like you guys are just so hell-bent on being children forever that you can't even recognize that. Just because I can't criticize both sides of that incident? Are y'all idiots? Are you guys morons? Look at this. Oh, no. There's a lot of PC pros who aren't grown up. A Lems got caught talking to a minor Diffuser nominated Rookie of the Year, but has been, what? I literally criticized him for it right after it happened. And he literally got banned for it right after it happened. And when did I support a Lems? You guys are so undeveloped in the head. Grow up, man. So, these people are probably 15 or 14, which is why they're so immature, right? But like for the people, like the general console community, like dude, I have pushed so many players to grow up, and so many players have failed to succeed because they didn't grow up. This is my job. This is what I've seen through my career. I am simply pushing you guys to grow up. And if you can't take that, then you will go nowhere. So in 4 years, if you're 15 or 14 watching this video, in 4 years, when you finally do grow up and you look back on this, you're welcome, man. You're welcome. I will keep doing this. I yelled at my own player 2 years before I picked him up. Before he was my player, I screamed at him for the same reason. Childishness. And I told him to grow up. And he grew up, and look what he did. Everyone can grow. No one's static. I will always push for the growth. Back to the video. Use your head, use your brain and think. I'm telling you, you have to get over this brand risk situation to create a Ubisoft-sponsored console tournament. People need to grow the fuck up. The PC pros that Franklin mentioned that had immature pasts grew up. They got banned for 2 years and they grew the fuck up. They become good boys. And if you want a future of Ubisoft representation in console, you need to grow the fuck up. That's it. I'm saying I want the same thing that you do. And here are the steps to get to the same thing that we both want. You as a community that you need to do. That's all I'm saying. But for those of you out there who are like saying like, oh, but you know, this guy, PC sucks. The tournament doesn't have anything to do with these players' brands. I mean, what does a tournament even have to do with it? Yeah, that's the tournament, the rival roller Sunday that he wants to keep it the same, where they took away prize pool from Senzo, made him slap himself on camera to get the prize pool back. So I want to crash out on a couple more of these responses. Oh, this one's interesting. They should remove restriction on controllers in Pro League. There's never a restriction on controllers in Pro League. You can play controller in Pro League. In fact, a pro in Brazil played controller in Pro League because he dislocated his shoulder and got a surgery. Felipox announced a stage 2 absence due to shoulder surgery, plays against NIP with a controller nonetheless. So basically, this guy, Felipox, got a shoulder dislocation. Look, this Felipox right here.
A recently dislocated shoulder doesn't stop Felipox.
Look, he just got the kill. This guy, this Jack you're watching here, is on a controller in Pro League. He went 4-8. This was his score. He got this kill. This was the last kill he got in the game. His team kind of got wiped, but he went 4-8. So, and I think Mingo shitting on people, and like right now, like 4 rollers Jinxie's playing right now in his tournament. It's Spoit's 1v1 with Jinxie, where Spoit was on a roller and like fucking still brought it close with Jinxie, even though he's never touched a roller in his life, basically, until like most recently. He showed that's not an aim game. So you can play controller in Pro League. You can do very well with controller in Pro League. There's nothing wrong with that. I think the controller players at this point in the game, besides maybe shooting a C4 in midair, are just as talented as PC players. So there's no restriction. Yeah, I think. If they thought Sky was a brand risk, they wouldn't have given him his own charm. And then I go, where's Sky's charm now, little boy? Because all I remember at the time is that Sky's charm got announced, and then he got like fucking flamed for zimming in the past. And then I just remember they're removing like his charm for a bit. Turns out he still has a charm, so I'm wrong. I said like I don't know either, but they removed his charm for an announcement after this was public backlash, which is true. They literally announced it with these, and then they removed it from the announcement. And then he got his charm the following season. So I was wrong. I was like, I only remember them removing the announcement. Oops, Lamau. I thought they removed it overall. They removed it, and then he got it back 90%. So you're right. You removed it at one point. That makes sense. Yeah. Like, I'll say when I'm wrong. Like, I'm not a fucking pussy, chat. Like I was wrong about the Sky Charm. All I remember was it got removed, right? That's just me having shitty memory. That's L memory Fett. Dementia, Alzheimer's Fett. But the biggest thing is, like, all you call, like, if I'm going to flip this nitpicking thing back on, like, the community, I want to say this, right? And this is a concept that I want to really explain well, because I want everyone to think about this, chat. This is something I learned from coaching players and coaching a major winning team, okay? Is that when I give you an abstract overall concept to improve on, that is my goal for you, coach to community, coach to players. And then you find every single specific circumstance for every single instance where it justifies it. Then you do nothing wrong because you just justified all your specific tiny little circumstances and you learn nothing from the experience, right? if I say communicate more, but I couldn't this round because we were in a smoke and this, and then I couldn't this round after because I was therming the wall, but then he got the wall behind me and I was trying to do this, and then this round I wasn't really doing this, you learn nothing. And I talked about this with Franklin too in our DMs afterwards when we cleared everything up, because people were instigating and saying like we were talking shit to each other, but we really were just chilling each other the whole time, right? If Franklin gets a goal from Merc in the middle of the scrim and he makes up all of the different excuses in each individual specific round in this specific situation that makes this okay, then he does nothing wrong and he learns nothing. If you truly want to learn from it, which is what I'm saying, just take it as an abstract concept that you can apply going forward. And maybe, if you listen, just maybe you'll realize that I want the same goal and we'll get a console pro league. We talked about essentially my goal right now is to just get in a spot where I have enough influence. I will push for something like this. I will push for support for roller tournaments, and I will push for the understanding of the entertainment value the roller tournaments bring, to hopefully change and turn some heads at Ubisoft, because I think it's ultimately healthy for the game. We want the same thing, chat. I just think some of you guys are morons, and it pisses me off, but it's all good. It's all love. Love you guys.